I'm not going to explain all this up here because we'll be explaining it more during our presentation. But let me just demo our project. So over here, you can choose any two states. This is for a third state. We haven't fully finished the math for that, but we know how it would work in theory, and it shouldn't be too much more work. But anyways, let's choose two states. So we can choose our range, and now over here, I included the distribution of the cases by colony per year, just to show like what ranges are feasible for any two states. So like for example, if I wanted to do say Massachusetts, right, I couldn't really do like say 1690 to 1735, for example, just because there's no cases from that range. So using this, I'm going to try to generally focus on things like after 1700, and generally Maryland, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Virginia, all these states with lots of cases. So let's try, for example, Maryland and South Carolina from 1715 to 1775. Let's try that. South Carolina. And then right now, it's not doing anything over here. And the model's generate. All right, cool. So as you can see here, there's not a lot of similarities. So this is this spot that is not the intersection. That is the angle between them. So if there's that's the cosine of the angle between them. Sorry, that's the angle between them. And I use the arc cosine of the cosine theta, which can be found in the dot product. And you can see so that they're basically very different. And there's not a lot of similarity. But now let's try, for example, we have Maryland, South Carolina. Let's try Virginia and South Carolina, see what happens there. Now Virginia is even more dissimilar, which is interesting because they're closer states. Now this is cool. Let's try Rhode Island. Now that is weird because obviously you think based on geography that Rhode Island would have a much more different legal system. I would guess, just because I've from working on this project, is that it probably has to do with both those colonies being involved a lot in trade and like ports. But I would suggest maybe looking more into it. Let's try a bigger range now, and let's just do a smaller range. Let's do 1760, and we're gonna try see if any of that changed anything. Oh yeah, so this is an issue where, basically, as you can see over here, there's no data for Rhode Island. So let's try Massachusetts instead, and boom, very dissimilar. Just one more test. I'm gonna try Maryland. Let's try Maryland. Yeah, also very dissimilar. I wanted to come up with one that's similar. Let's try just to show you guys what that might look like. All right, yeah, so Maryland, Massachusetts, from this pretty limited year range, they have a lot more similar. But yeah, so that's that. Thank you.